We're used to hearing a lot of interesting things about the places that we can visit, and when we find the location that fascinates us. But what about the places that we can decidedly leave off our bucket lists? What about these locations we aren't allowed to enter? It's hard to imagine that there are such places in our world, yet there are a number of them. Here are 13 forbidden places around the world. Before we start with the countdown, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon for more amazing videos. 13. Secret Vatican Archives, Vatican. Secret archives of Vatican serve as a storage space for a small number of documents relating to the Catholic Church. Some of these documents date as far back as the 8th century, among others, said to be papal accounting books, a letter from Michelangelo to Pope Julius II, a letter to Mary Queen of Scots written before her execution, and Martin Luther's excommunication document. Most of the archive is located underground, and it has 85 kilometers of shelves. 12. Bhangarh Fort, Rajasthan, India. Technically, Bhangarh Fort isn't completely banned to access because tourists can visit it in the daylight and see this marvelous example of Rajasthani architecture. However, from sunset to sunrise, there is a strict ban to enter this place. Being declared a haunted place by the Indian government, this 17th century fort is full of legends about ghosts and curses. Hearing some of them will certainly send shivers down your spine. You might be wondering what happens to those who dare visit Bhangarh Fort at night. In fact, no one knows it, because according to locals, whoever tried to break the rule mysteriously disappeared after it. 11. North Brother Island, New York, USA. Located in New York City's East River, North Brother Island is a 13-acre piece of land that became the last refuge to over 1,000 people whose passenger ship sank in its waters. Later it became home to a hospital for people with contagious diseases. The most well-known resident of it was Mary Mallon, aka Typhoid Mary. She was the first documented person in the country to have typhoid fever, and it's estimated that she infected over 50 people with it, 3 of whom passed. Now, the island is abandoned, and it's home to a bird sanctuary with no possibility of access for people. Lascaux Caves, France. Not all UNESCO World Heritage Sites are open to the public. For example, the Lascaux Caves in France have been banned to enter since 1963 because they were threatened by a series of fungal invasions due to a large number of visitors. This occasion revealed that any human presence is destructive to the caves. So to preserve 900 examples of prehistoric art dating back to the Paleolithic era, tourists can't come in there anymore. These days the caves are accessible only by security guards, but even they face certain limitations to visit. They can enter the caves once a week and spend only a few minutes there. 9. Heard Island Volcano, Australia. One of the most remote territories in the world, Heard Island is considered an Australian territory, even though it's located between Madagascar and Antarctica. It is home to a wide range of animals such as seals, penguins, and marine birds, as well as more than 40 glaciers. There were a few reasons for closing the island to the public. First, in 2000, research noticed a huge lava flow coming from the island's massive volcano called Mawson's Peak. Second, Heard Island is known for its poor weather conditions. And third, it's too remote to be safe. Judge it by yourself. It's located in a minimum 2-week sail to the closest major landmass. 8. Area 51, Nevada, USA. Area 51 isn't only one of the most well-known forbidden places in the United States, it's also one of the most mysterious locations in the US. According to many of them, an alien spaceship crashed there, while according to others, authorities used this place to examine the spaceship that allegedly crashed in Roswell, New Mexico. The official version states that Area 51 is the site used by the US Air Force and CIA as a testing territory due to its remote location. If it's true, it's logical why the place is banned to enter for public. Number 7. Queimada Grande, Brazil. Better known as Snake Island, Queimada Grande is home to a huge population of snakes. According to some estimates, there's 1 snake in each square meter of the island. And they aren't just some harmless grass snakes that only frighten you with their look, but they can cause some damage. The snakes living in this island are the world's most dangerous species. Among them is the golden lancehead viper, whose venom melts flesh around the bite. Yikes. So, it's logical why the Brazilian government closed the island for visitors. Researchers who know how to deal with snakes can only enter under the condition that they have to have a doctor on their team. Number 6. Morgan Island, South Carolina, USA. A colony of approximately 4,000 rhesus monkeys live on Morgan Island, South Carolina, due to which it was nicknamed as Monkey Island. But despite what you might think, the population of primates isn't native to the island. They were relocated there from Puerto Rico due to the spreading of herpes virus B infection. Before it happened, the island was uninhabited. These days, people are prohibited by law to visit the island for their own safety, as well as for the safety of the monkeys. Only a handful of researchers from the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, the NIAID, can go there. 5. Pravsika Brana, Czech Republic. Europe's largest natural sandstone arc, Pravsika Brana, is one of the most well-known attractions of the Czech Republic. Well, at least it used to be until 1982, because in that year it was forbidden to visit for tourists. The reason of the ban is simple. The more visitors come to the area, the more likely it is to collapse one day. So to reduce erosion of the beautiful landmark, tourists can now see it from afar, but not climb onto it. Unfortunately, the erosion process continues even without the help of visitors. According to geologists, the arch can still collapse in the future, but at least the ban decelerates the process and gives us more time to admire it. 4. Svalbard Global Seed Vault, Norway. Sometimes referred to as the Doomsday Vault, the Global Seed Vault in Norway is actually a very important place for all of us. It stores 100 million seeds from all over the world to restore the plant kingdom in case something really bad happens to our planet's vegetation. Opened in 2008, the vault was built to last about 200 years, and it can withstand explosions and earthquakes. Besides, since it was placed on the side of a mountain, it will still be above sea level, even if all the ice on the planet melts. It's interesting that the vault knows no politics. Even North Korea has given it seeds for storage there. 3. Mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang, China. Although the tomb of Emperor Qin Shi Huang was discovered upon unearthing the Terracotta Army in 1974, it hasn't been excavated yet. According to the opponents of excavation of the tomb, modern technologies can't prevent this destruction. For this reason, the access to it is still forbidden by the Chinese government that strives to preserve their cultural heritage and pays respect to the man buried there. All we know about the mausoleum now is that it consists of a complex network of caverns underground, filled with the objects that, according to those who buried him, the emperor could have needed in the afterlife. According to others, it holds reproduction of his army, known as a terracotta army made of clay. 2. Fort Knox, Kentucky, USA. Being home to the bigger half of the U.S. gold reserve, Fort Knox is frequently referred to as the most heavily guarded place in the world. It has quite a few security measures that can blow anyone's mind. The most interesting thing is that even none of the staff members can have an access to the vault. To gain access to it, they will need to know several combinations, but each staff member knows only one of them, so they can only enter the vault with the help of their colleagues. Besides, since the building is made of concrete-lined granite and reinforced by steel, it can withstand any attack from the outside world. Number 1. Proveglia, Italy. Proveglia is a small island located between Venice and Lido. In the past, it used to be a plague quarantine station and hosted more than 160,000 infected people who were living there their last days and hours. According to some reports, 50% of the island's soil consists of human remains. And, as if this tragedy wasn't enough, the island later became home to a mental hospital that had a very sinister reputation. After some time, it was closed, and now Proveglia is strictly forbidden for anyone to enter, as if someone in their right mind would want to come to this creepy place. That's all, folks. Let us know in the comments below which of the places is on your bucket list. We might want to upload another video on it. Thanks for watching.